beans. We didn't know how good we had it, guys. We didn't know Sweet Glorious beans. And I loved the idea of these until they were mostly lies. What got me excited about these Beanie Babies was that they're open backs, right? They don't block noise out of your ears. But then they were touting that they have noise cancelling, which is wild. Because it's kind of like having earmuffs with holes in it. You know, sound is air pressure. If air can get in, the noise can get in. If they're not sealing out the noise will get in. And lo and behold, the noise gets in. I didn't even know the noise cancelling was on. I've seen comments, people saying like, oh, it's got noise cancelling, it worked for me. I don't agree. It turned air conditioners from to and also they're just crazy price. They were like over $300 here in Oz, and then the price came crashing down immediately. And at that point, I didn't have an issue with them. Why am I talking about the beans? Well, they were an original idea, so it didn't really work for me, but I appreciate the effort, I really do. Not like this crap. This is some of the most unashamed. We're happy looking like we're in second place. Let's just follow along and earn money too. These are the Apple AirPods. These could be the Smaznug Airbuds. I don't even care what these things are called. Look at this, right? You catch them at their real angle and they are just straight up clones. Straight up. Oh, you've made it sharp edged and kind of triangular. That makes it totally different. And you got a dingus light in it, which personally I don't like. I don't like headphones that light up. My Vocal Bathies did it on the plane because I didn't want to install the app to stop it, like just lighting up this airplane with my selfish earbuds. But then some people like it, so potato, tomato. And then you see Samsung's competing headphones for regular AirPods and just boom, it's just a clone straight up. Like the Pro to the regular, they don't care anymore. Or how they like avoid the case being just an absolute knockoff despite just the shape and the light being so iconic. Mate, just give it a clear dome. There, that's different. They did make the bottom flat, which I like. What I don't like is how these get put away. Oh wait, that's the AirPod. That wasn't intentional. That wasn't intentional. I don't have much positive stuff to say about Apple either. So these aren't even the newest ones, right? These are my thrashed old whatever gen crappy Lightning ones, right? Because I don't want another set. When these die, my AirPod dream dies with them. I'm done, right? I'm just using them until they're gone, and they're still hanging in, but I'm very adjusted to just putting them in and out and being done. You notice when you take them out, that's how they go into your ear, like that, yeah? Samsungs are backwards. You pull them out, what? And that, I'm sure, all of that is just to make sure they weren't knocking off the case too hard. I can see why they are knocking off the case, because these just disappear in the pockets. It's why I use them. They're a better sounding earbuds, but it's about convenience above all else. Oh, you know, Sony's ones, they sound great. This case sucks in the pocket. And look at this. That's the bit that goes in your ear, yeah, with these Sonys. Look at all this weight that wants to lean outwards. You know, it's not great. Whereas with the stems, all the weight's pointing downwards. It's far more comfortable. It actually wants to sit and rest in. Well, it definitely seems it's the best way to do it, since everybody's given up. Everyone's just making AirPod knockoffs because it's just people are tired of attempting to compete. Let's just line up. And Skull Candy, really, Smokin' Buds. Smokin' Buds. And JB Hi-Fi 69. Nice. Smokin' Buds? And green. I reckon I can do a big AirPod clone special with the amount of headphones that are for sale right now that are just clones of AirPods. And you can see why, because if you just make AirPods its own company, right? Separated from Apple, stands on its own, it'd be bigger than Sony. Just AirPods. So you see that everyone's just giving up. But I just kind of wish they just wouldn't bother. And yeah, these are lifestyle devices now. You know, so they got microphones and noise cancelling and whatnot. And so yeah, noise cancelling, you know, it's conventionally good, right? If you've never tried like noise cancelling before, you're going to put them in and go, oh wow, that's super neat, right? It's up to that level of decent. They're just not as good as these. And these are the old ones. My major test that I do is I go and play the drums. And usually what happens is the hi-hats, they cut in and they make them go and literally static and short out sounding. And these did it way sooner with way more violence, and it's upsetting. I didn't like it. So yeah, conventionally good. In more extreme cases, not so good. And mate, we, you know, gotta listen to the microphones.
So it's one time, mate, I was doing some like really deep thinking, and I was thinking about it, and it's like, mate, when was the last time the croissant got like a massive overhaul, mate? I think the croissant's overdue for a revolution, and I think that's where a lot of unrest is coming from, mate. Is that people just kind of feel it that, like, mate, the croissant, it's just got to do something more, you know? Because, mate, I feel like I'm on the pulse of the entire world at the moment, mate. I decided to withdraw my entire life savings, all of it, mate, and like my retirement plan. So I took that $5.20, mate, down to the local Foodland, and like I bought all the croissants, mate. And then like walking back, so I don't have anywhere to live. Can I stay with you? No, I'll ask you later, mate. But I just start going, you know, and like before long, I'd actually eaten all of them, mate. And so like I can't do my research, and I don't have any more money. And back to that first question, like, can I stay at yours for a few years?
Oh, so like, don't panic, mate. Like, I figured out all my issues and like everything's worked out. I took all the croissants from the Foodland. Oh, the guilt is starting to really set in, mate. I mean, they only had two left. And actually, like, the nice lady there said I could just have them because she could see that I was staring at them for at least 8 hours. I mean, they've been trying to close for at least 50 minutes. And so, but like, I might have pushed them over and just ran out all the same. And then, like, my pants came down as well because I had to eat my belt one time, mate. And the police are here. Oh, actually, that's good. I'm freezing, mate. The AirPods aren't that. Oi, the AirPods aren't that good. Hey, you hear that? iPhone SE and some old dinglebuds down a lightning thing, right? Boom. It actually sounds really good. That's the power of a cable. It's not going anywhere. But boy, you want to talk about a smell factory. These Smaznug earbuds are just not, they're not good. They're just not that good. I mean, hey, come on. It can bring it home on sound, right? Bring it home. And they sound conventionally good. They sound good. I need to make sure I don't follow down the route of, like, you know, a lot of people who get into the hardcore of a hobby or a passion, whatever. I have a lot of really crazy headphones at my disposal. And just this frustrating thing that us humans do is that we just get used to stuff, whether for good or bad. And I've got really, really spoiled ears. And so I got to draw a line and say that if I can hear everything I want from the music, nothing's missing, you know, albeit it might be louder or quite right. That's conventionally good. I got vintage headphones where you genuinely can't hear anything. But they got the typical, you know, extra bass thing. They still sound conventionally good, but, you know, I'm into music history. I'm doing drum history stuff and whatnot. And there's just a lot of music that doesn't have a lot of bass in it. It's just how it is. Go and listen to stuff from the 80s and 70s. You won't hear huge controlled sub bass. You'll hear fleeting moments of it. Not like how it is today, where basically sub bass dictates the entire harmony of a song. And look, it sounds good, but then it can sound, I mean, it's my spoiled ears. I've got music degrees, right? I'm not the target market, but it can just sound a little silly. You know, I'm listening to this 1970s song that just has this huge kick just wailing in. It's just not how it is. And I guess I find it frustrating because bass is so easy to add. It's just, right, if you have, like, really balanced to start with, then you just kiss up the bass if you want it, and I'll just give it to you. But if you're stuck from it as standard, I find it's hard to get rid of because, you know, it kind of muddies up some stuff. My gosh, they're expensive, right? You know, I buy stuff brick and mortar style, right? I'm sick of online shopping. And, you know, a bit of a complaint here. This is the crappiest cable I've handled in some time. Look, it feels horrible. Look, it like almost holds its shape. It's so stiff. Cheers, Smaznug. Loving your earbuds, you know, $400.
So I'm not on social, sorry about that. You know, I'm just not really into it. But I was having a look, and it turns out they haven't been very reliable for people. Like, someone here's got one with a dead light. Someone else with the same issue. Hairline fractures. And then you scroll down, and yeah, someone else has them too. Issues with, like, imbalance with the earbuds. That, you know, they're not charging properly. And someone's saying that they were talking on the microphone with them, and people were saying that it sounded terrible. Well, yeah. Yeah. I actually forgot to mention when I was trying to get the voice recording while I was wearing the Samsung buds, that the noise cancelling was freaking out, cutting in and out in between, like, it didn't know whether to stay on or off, like, it was actually horrible. And you've probably noticed that I haven't done any... Oh, wait, why is this in German? It doesn't matter. You're probably wondering why I didn't do any of the app stuff or nothing. I'm so sick of apps. I've been smelling apps for 16 years now. They stink now. They used to be really good, they stink now. So I'm so sorry for letting you down in that regard and whatnot. Oi, expensive headphones that sound cromulent and fit great because they're completely knocking off a design that works.
$400. Just, gosh, that microphone sucked. But the case does stand. And it kind of looks like one of those deep sea fish where you can see through its skull dome into its inner workings. You know, I'm going to have to go shopping and find all the big name clones of AirPods. You know, again, like Samsung making AirPod clones. It seems that this is just how it's going to be. We reminisce for those beanie days. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Oi, thanks to these stinky names right here. Thank you so much for supporting me on Floatplane. You only have a few days left to pre-order a Frank or a Grit. This is it. It's Ogre. This is the last ghost, your last chance. I got $1 memberships, $1 you can see Frank in a hat. Yep, and you can see me review American Canadian foods. Frank licks an egg. But Floatplane's still the absolute ultimate. That's where I put stuff that I can't even put on YouTube, like watching along the Gucky, or like listening along to my favorite music, which is what I'm going to start doing. But thanks for engaging with my content, mate. And you know what? I'll see you all next time.
I'm gonna tickle the belly, Frankie. I'm gonna tickle the belly, Frank. I'm gonna tickle the belly of the Frankie. Frank. She don't care, look, she belly tickle.